Hello everyone. It's about 10 o'clock here at the Last Frontier cabin. I got in earlier, about 8:30 or so. Arrived at the cabin. I just been getting everything unpacked and set up. I took my bed sheets home this last time to wash them, and so I brought them back out and got the bed set up. It was a little chilly here in the cabin. It was only about 58 degrees, so I decided to go ahead and build a little fire. I really love being able to see the fire through the glass. That's better than TV. I also brought out my new chair. It's from Cabela's. It's one of those zero gravity chairs. I'm gonna enjoy sitting in that after a long day of snow machining. I've already sat in a little while tonight just to relax. This time around I'm up through Monday, so I'll be here for a couple full days. I'm gonna try to get the styrofoam put in the rafters and also do a little moose hunting. So hopefully I get one this time around, but things don't look good up here in this area. Too much snow last winter. I'll check back in with you guys here in the morning. So have a good night. Hello everyone, it's Saturday afternoon. It's about noon, maybe 12:30. It's about 60 degrees here at the cabin, and you can tell it's just an absolutely beautiful day. Let's start off by taking a look at the raspberry plants. I got a few raspberries. Let's see if these taste any good. I think it's getting a little too cold. They're not that great. I'm getting a lot of raspberries now, but I think the nights are getting a little too cold for them. The project I'm going to start working on now is I'm going to cut these foam insulation boards to the right widths and then glue them together. That way they're 3 inches thick instead of 1.5 inches, and that gives me a R15 value. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bad insulation out of the rafters and glue these up in between the rafters, and then put the bad insulation back in. So let's go ahead and get started. As many of you know, when you put up rafters, you do 16 inches on center. So, and obviously that's what I did here. So between the rafters comes out to be approximately 14.5 inches width. So I'm going to cut these at 14 inches. That way it gives me about 1/4 of an inch on both sides, and I can put spray foam in. So that'll make it completely airtight. So that's what I did. I went ahead and I marked 14 inches from this side, and now I'm going to draw a line and then cut it. I just finished cutting up all the styrofoam. I got 24 pieces that are 14 inches wide by 8 feet long. So that'll make 12 pieces once I got them glued together. However, that won't do 12 rafters. That'll probably do about 10 rafters or so, because one of them I'm gonna have to cut up in little pieces because I need them approximately 10 feet long, not 8 feet long. So I'm gonna have to cut up one or two of them into shorter pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing them together now. I have all the foam boards glued together now, so it's 12 sets, and I'm actually gonna take them over, set them on this ladder for the night, and put some of the cement blocks on top to help weigh them down, and so they glue a little bit tighter together. I'm gonna go and do that now. Other than a little bit of cleanup, this project is currently done for the time being until they fully cure, and then I'll start putting them up in between the rafters. That might be tomorrow, that might be next weekend or weekend after, I'm not sure yet. I have everything cleaned up, so now it's time to cook some dinner. Four burgers and 2 steaks. I'm gonna eat good this weekend. The trick to an amazing tasting hamburger is to mix some Montreal steak seasoning into it and then form it into patties. That way it tastes like you're eating a piece of steak on your bread instead of ground meat. I just got done with my dinner a little bit ago, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix my chainsaw. This is what happened. The exhaust has 2 holes, and that's where these 2 bolts go through and connect into the carburetor right there. And the last time I was using it, the bolts loosened themselves and eventually came all the way out, and I lost the 1 bolt, so now I had to go and buy another bolt. So now I'm gonna put it in, and I talked to the guy at the steel repair shop, and basically he said put a little Loctite in here and lock them in, and hopefully that'll keep the bolts from working their way loose again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna try to video it as best I can, but it's pretty tight work, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got the Loctite in there. Okay, I got the bolts tightened as tight as I can, so I'm putting these little covers back on. Now to leave it sit for the night and test it out tomorrow. It's Sunday afternoon here at the cabin, and it's a pretty nice day. It's nice temperature. It's 62 degrees approximately. It's supposed to rain later today and tonight and pretty much all day tomorrow from what the forecast is calling for. Unfortunately, I got some bad news. I think my hunting season has come to a premature end, and the reason is my six-wheeler. As you can see, it's a Polaris 6x6, which means I have two drive chains. One drive chain from the engine to this axle, and one from this axle to this axle. Well, some days ago, well, let me rephrase that, several weeks ago, I got a wire wrapped around this middle axle, the drive axle, on the other side, and the wire actually went in and got into the bearings on that side. So I didn't think much about it. I was planning on getting it changed out here this fall, but riding in this time, I heard some clicking noise from the chain. Well, let me back up. The last couple weeks I've been hearing some clicking noise on the chain and stuff, so I checked the chain and it was really loose. So this last week I tightened up the chain and made it just right, just a wee little bit of a play in the chain, and then coming in this time I heard it clicking again. So this morning I did a couple tests by driving forward and backwards several times and checking the chain each time, and I noticed when I was backing up, the chain was real tight, virtually too tight. There was like no play in the chain at all. And then when I would pull forward, the chain would have some slack in it, about the right amount of slack. So what that's telling me is the bearing on the other side is messed up, and it's allowing the axle to go like this back and forth just a little bit. So I don't want this to turn into a full axle rebuild, so I'm only going to drive it the minimum that I need to until I can get it fixed. I have a buddy here in Alaska that's going to help me tear it apart and replace that seal bearing on the other side that's messed up. So unfortunately, it looks like my hunting season has come to an end. It's 2-3 weeks early, but what can I do? Gotta have a wheeler. I'm not gonna really, it's not realistic to hike out a 1,000-pound moose on my back over a mile out to the road across swamps and stuff. That would probably take me a couple days to do, so we'll see. If I happen to see one along the route, I'm definitely gonna go for it, but I'm not gonna be going out sitting and hoping to get one, doing actual hunting and stuff, because don't want to mess up my wheeler anymore. It's a little after 8 p.m. here at the cabin. It got a lot chillier out as the day went on, so I've just been hanging out inside here doing a few things here and there. I got something to eat, and I've just been watching some TV recently. It's trying to rain outside. It's been sprinkling on and off for the last hour or two. Tomorrow I head back to town, so I'm just gonna hang out tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll get up, pack up, and head back. So everyone, until tomorrow, I'll see you then. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning, and it's about 40 degrees outside. It's been raining all night, and all I'm gonna do today is just get packed up, clean up the cabin a little bit, and head back to Anchorage. So everyone, have a good week and stay safe. See you next time I'm out at the cabin.